Solus. Smart, thoughtful, loved to hear himself talk. But long ago, he had a different name. The Dreadwolf. Ancient elven god of lies, or heroic rebel against tyranny, depending on which story you believe. In his desperate fight against the corrupt elven gods, Solus imprisoned them, creating a veil that split our world from the raw magic of the Fade. He had won. But the veil cost the elves everything. Their magic, their freedom, even their immortality. Now, Solus wants to tear down that veil and undo the damage he caused, even if that means our world has to burn. Somebody's gotta stop him, and that's where you come in.
So we pulled into the character creator, and I had a bit of a deliberation, but I decided to go for Kunari, not something I play very often. Designed my character, which I've cut out all of that, and then moved on to the class.
Class. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of boring. I generally play mage or rogue. No, I'll go rogue. I'll be a little more interesting. Okay, now I need to pick a faction. The crows could be a good one. Like, they could be a good option. Oh, the Mournwatch could be interesting. I'm torn between the Mournwatch and the crows. I'm not gonna lie. Let's go with the Mournwatch. The Mournwatch, defender of the dead. When restless spirits threatened the inhabitants of the Grand Necropolis, Rook took decisive action to protect both the living and the dead. Discovered by undead inside a Grand Necropolis tomb as an infant, Rook was raised by Mournwatch necromancers, eventually joining the Order. During a civil war between undead nobility, known later as the War of the Banners, he led an attack on the rebellion's dueling leaders. It was a success, quelling the war and saving lives. But Rook's destruction of these undead nobles was controversial. Some Mournwatchers feared Rook had offended the Order's aristocratic patrons, and encouraged him to travel for a while. Okay, Dragon Age Inquisition. The Inquisitor. Murderer, Herald, Judge, Saviour. These were some of the titles heaped on the Inquisitor as she led a force that challenged nations. 8 years ago, a catastrophic breach in the Fade, the realm of magic and dreams, threatened the world. Through circumstance, or some claim, fate, a woman rose to lead an organisation known as the Inquisition. Travelling many lands, rallying people to her cause, the Inquisitor closed the breach and stopped the villain behind it. She was advised throughout by an elven mage named Solus. The Inquisitor discovered, however, that Solus was in truth an ancient elven god, Fen'Harel, the Dread Wolf. He planned to restore things to their primal state, when the Fade and physical reality were one. Solus said he regretted the deaths this would cause, but claimed there was no other way to fix what was, to his eyes, an irredeemably broken world. After that, the Dreadwolf vanished, but the Inquisitor swore to find him.
So, where were we? Oh, right. Him. Our best plan is to stop the Dreadwolf before he can perform his ritual. After following his trail across half the known world, we finally tracked him to Minrathous, capital of the Tevinter Imperium. But to find the Dreadwolf in a city this big, we need a local expert. So, naturally, our story begins where all great stories begin. with the seediest bar in town. And a missing contact.
I would play a D&D game that Varric DM'd. 100%.
Let's try this again. Where's Nevgallus?
You think you can come into my bar and make demands?
It's not a demand, it's an offer. Telling me what I need to know is the smart play here.
How'd you figure, sweet talker?
Nevgallus is my only shot at finding the Dreadwolf. I need to know where she is. We were supposed to meet here, in your bar. But you let Venatori cultists drag her away.
I didn't let them. They paid me.
Sounds like letting
So
on to
answer
me.
my questions and walk away with the coin. Or spend it cleaning up the place when I'm through. Your choice.
You're adorable. Dumat Plaza. That's where you'll find Nevgallus.
Thank you.
You want to get yourself killed fighting the Venatori? It's your ass.
That offer's good for all of you too. No?
If they won't listen to you, they can always listen to Bianca.
Bye-bye.
Your friend Nevgallus is at Dumat Plaza.
I heard. That's why you're my second in command. Although for the record, you might be too charming for your own good.
Yeah, we're a bit cheeky, I think.
See you say that. But we do have Nev's location now, so...
Don't get cocky.
Come on. Harding will be worried.
All right, break's over.
I hope Nev's as good at finding people as you claim.
She's the best damn detective I've ever met. If she says she's got a lead on Solus, I believe her.
And into the depths we go.
The Archon's palace. Something must have gotten them riled up.
Should we be in more of a hurry to get out of here?
We don't want to look conspicuous. Just get out of here nice and casual. Find Nevgallus and stop Solus.
And we're back.
You still think you can talk him down before he starts his big ritual?
That ritual is going to tear down the veil. The only thing separating us from the Fade and an endless number of demons. I have to talk him down.
Wait! But I didn't do anything!
Don't matter to the
Get
cops.
down.
Are they after us? Is it because of the bar?
Word travels fast in Minrathous.
We've got to help her.
We don't have time to get arrested, especially if we...
Breaks the veil. Literally.
Oh, crap.
We're too late.
The ritual started. But if we hurry, we can still stop Solus before it finishes. Let's go! Harding's this way. She'll get us to Dumat Plaza. Then Nev will get...
Watch out! Is Solus summoning demons on purpose?
My guess is the veil is weakening, and they're slipping through the cracks.
When the veil comes down completely?
The whole world is going to look a lot like this.
spirits. I don't want to go on a rampage like this.
Come on, this way. It should get us to Harding.
Oh. Don't mind me, just nearly dying before combat even starts. Ah, there we go.
You're safe now. Get inside and bar the door as quick as you can, okay?
Thank you, miss.
Harding, you all right?
I've been doing what I can to help. The ritual must be weakening the veil. There are a lot of scared people out here.
And a lot of demons. Haven't seen this many come through the Fade in years.
And what about you two? Are you okay?
I think we're feeling pretty focused.
We're good, but we need to move.
Agreed. Solus isn't waiting, neither can we.
Have you got my gear?
Right over there. Where's Nev Gallus? Wasn't she at the meeting point?
Venatori got to her first. We grabbed her before we arrived and paid off the bar owner to keep it quiet.
I'm not surprised our detective did something to piss off a cult of murderous blood mages, but their timing stinks. The bar owner said the Venatori took Nev to Dumont Plaza. Can you get us there, Harding?
Not a problem. I saw Dumont Plaza while I was scouting the area, and it was crawling with Venatori. Follow me.
Eyes up. We've got company.
Oh, friends.
Demons, here they come. I think that's the last of them.
Good. Let's get to Dumont Plaza and find Nev. You two all right? Patch yourselves up if you need it.
I don't get it. If Solus tears down the veil, doesn't that do...
You are in violation of Imperial order.
Oh no, I think that's Dumont Plaza.
Let's move.
Naturally, the person we're looking for would be the scariest location.
Venatori cultists!
I hate these assholes. Looks like the Venatori put up a barrier. More intruders! Friendly bunch of cultists, aren't they?
We've had run-ins with them in the Morn Watch. We're always hunting for dangerous magic.
Yep, that's them. All citizens must remain indoors. The magical anomaly is fully contained. Come on. Guess we're sliding down.
No, I should probably like heal at some point.
Another barrier. But it looks like Nev's work, not the Venatori's.
Well, no friend of ours would get herself killed that easily, would she?
Varric, Harding. Not the worst timing.
Nev, it's so good to see you. We thought the Venatori had kidnapped you.
They thought the same thing. A lot of Venatori in the city have reason to hate me. Figured I'd play along. Find out who wanted to settle the score this time. Then the sky started raining demons. So I'm back on the job.
Appreciate it. Rook, this is Nev Gallus, our local expert. She's gonna help us find Solus. Nav meet Rook. Harding and I found him a while back. Thought we could use an expert on trouble.
Rook, like the chess piece?
One of the strongest pieces on the board, but he tends to think in straight lines.
We haven't got a lot of time. Varric said you had a lead on Solus?
You get right to the point. I haven't seen Solus in person, but I did find hints of old magic, similar to what you get in elven ruins. I traced it to a building beneath Our Lady of Victory. That's where your man is hiding.
Then let's go. Before this ritual he's doing gets any worse.
Worse, this ritual's already drawing more power than I'd expect from a dozen mages. You told me he was working alone.
I also told you he was an ancient elven god.
An elven god. Well, whatever he is, he's causing trouble in my city. Let's go.
What if they don't want him? What are you gonna do then? I mean, I suppose they'll die, but, you know.
So if we do catch Solus, or the Dread Wolf, whatever he calls himself, what's the plan?
He wants to bring down the veil. Hopefully that ritual takes his full attention.
So we catch him while he's doing his ritual, so he can't fight us.
That's the hope. If it comes to a straight-up fight, we're dead.
We can slide down the line to get across.
Money!
Getting too
I
old
like
for
money.
this.
There. That's the building I tracked Solus to.
Looks like the Venatori also found it. And then demons found them.
Enchantment on the entrance. I can get it.
Oh, can you now? Oh wait, this was the way we were supposed to go? Okay, I'm going back over here just to see what was there. Ooh, money. Still like money. And I think I'm gonna... That way I'm not using up any of my potions I currently have.
So this is the Dread Wolf's hideout.
One of them, at least. Not sure how long he's been here.
Some of this looks ancient.
Solus has been around longer than Minrathous itself.
This is rather awkward. Why am I failing to climb up here? There we go.
Broken chains. Solus is freeing slaves.
Solus hates slavery. One of the few things we actually agreed on.
He said the other elven gods were tyrants who oppressed his people. He was trying to help them.
What do you see?
No sign of Solus. Just a big glowing window or mirror or something.
Well, that sounds ominous.
Ancient elves doing something to a dragon, I think.
Yeah. Trying to control it, maybe?
Solus said the other elven gods were evil. If they were binding dragons, he was right about that much, at least.
More demons. Locked. There must be a way to open it. Let's look around.
Air's full of magic. Solus used a lot of power for something.
Solus, the Dreadwolf, then Harel.
Nice work.
Let's see what's on the other side.
Probably more demons. Ooh, chest. I am a proud little loot goblin. Was there anything else in here? Not by the looks of it. Through the rubble we go. Through the rubble we go. Ah, now my feet are getting damp.
This the big glowing window you saw earlier, Rook?
It's
Oh, I'm
called
wearing
an
big
illuvium.
boots.
They're elven and very old.
It acts like a doorway from one place to another. Solus uses them to get around quickly.
He must have gone through it.
Well, we're not in Minrathous anymore.
I know these trees. This is Arlethan Forest.
And there's your ritual. The power involved. We've never seen anything like it.
Rip.
The tremors are getting worse.
And we've got demons.
I thought the demons were bad back in Minrathous.
The Fade's a mess this close to the ritual. No telling what could come through.
Does it feel like those tremors are getting worse?
Keep moving and try not to think about it.
What if I want to think about it?
We get tremors every time one of those big crystals at the ritual site lights up.
Not many of them left light. Might want to hurry.
Oh, the arrows have a cooldown. That's weird. Nearly jumped off the side of the building.
Almost there.
I thought I turned off the tutorial. And we're back.
Quite a few of them, aren't there?
Nothing compared to how many we'll get if Solus finishes his ritual.
Up we go, up we go. Ah yes, the quintessential Pride Demon boss battle.
How the demon this locked?
Watch the lightning! Everyone all right?
Good enough. Let's get to Solus.
sure?
Positive. You three just keep the demons off me while I talk to him.
Varric, Solus isn't gonna stop just because an old friend asks nicely.
Solus needs someone to sell him another option, to help him justify changing his mind.
You got this.
We've got your back. If anyone can get through to him, you can.
Thanks, Rook. Whatever else he is, he's my friend. And if he won't listen to me, then he'll hear from Bianca.
More demons!
Take care of the team for me. Hey, Chuckles. Hope I'm not interrupting.
Now that we had found Solus, we had no choice but to trust Varric and hope that he could get through to his old friend.
Let's buy him some time.
I hope Varric is getting through to Solus.
Better talk fast. We can't hold these demons off forever.
The veil is a wound inflicted upon this world. It must be healed.
By drowning the world in demons?
I have taken precautions to minimize the damage, Varric.
Minimize the... People are dying right now. You need to listen. Please.
People are always dying. It is what they do.
You really need some empathy lessons, my guy.
Shit. We need a better plan.
Do you want me to take the shot?
Won't work. He's too powerful.
What if we disrupt the ritual?
How?
See those statues? If we break the scaffolding holding that one up, the whole thing will come down on Solus.
It's risky. Interrupting a ritual of this scale will have consequences.
And what about the demons? Varric needs us to hold them off.
Right, you two stay here. I'll bring down the statue.
What? No. Stepping into all that raw magic is suicide.
The storm could tear you apart.
Anyone got a better idea?
Fine, but you'll need backup. I'm with you.
I'm a mage. I'll go.
Either way, someone needs to stay back and deal with the demons.
I mean, in this situation, I've known Harding for an undisclosed amount of time, and I've known Nev for like an hour. I feel like I'm gonna trust Harding more to have my back.
Let's go, Harding. Nev, keep the demons off us.
You got it.
Varric's attempts at appealing to Solus's better nature had failed. The rest of our team, determined to do something to help, split up. But can we really stop Solus with just one statue? And even if we can, what about those consequences that Nev alluded to? Will we really be safe? Or will our actions here have lasting consequences? Not just for us, but for the rest of the world as well.
Why tear down the veil, knowing all the lives it'll cost?
We shared a journey years ago. Do you believe that I would do this if there was some other better option?
The pillar's weak, but
It isn't falling. We need to push it.
I'm with you.
Together, now!
You came a long way and made a valiant effort, Varric, but this story does not end with my downfall.
Push!
I mean, at least he has the fucking decency to look devastated at what he just did.
Oh, no, no, no. Honey!
Maybe it would have just been better to let him have his fucking ritual, man. You be bleeding, my guy. Yeah, you have a good nap. This is great fun.
No idea what you have done.
But I don't think anything will ever be as good as Origins.
Soulless.
I know what I did. I stopped you from destroying the world.
I was not destroying the world. When you disrupted my ritual, the magical energies pulled me here, into the Fade.
Okay, so that's why you're here. But why am I here?
Your physical body is unconscious, but you shed a few drops of blood at the ritual site. Enough for a tenuous connection.
Blood magic?
Firstly, I abhor the use of blood magic. Secondly, had I the power to control you, I would already have used it.
So all I have to do to get away from you is wake up?
And how much experience do you have willing yourself from sleep to wakefulness?
Can't be that hard.
While you practice, perhaps you would like to hear about the consequences of your actions.
Meaning?
The Evanurus, or as you would call them, the Elven Gods, are creatures that escaped. In ancient times, they ruled the elves, but that was not enough. They sought not just to be obeyed, but to be worshipped. When I rebelled, they drew on the horrific magic of the Blight, corrupting all they saw until I trapped them. Thanks to you, though, I am now trapped, and the blighted Elven Gods walk free.
Right, you were innocently doing nothing.
The prison in which I had trapped them had begun to crumble. I was moving them to another.
So you weren't tearing down the veil and drowning the world in demons and wild magic.
I had a plan.
Varric always said you'd have a big explanation for why none of this was your fault.
Varric.
Yeah, he said that's your style. Never quite lies, clever half-truths that let you convince yourself you're doing the right thing. He tried to talk to you anyway, and now he's hurt.
Varric is quite practiced at shading the truth himself.
So those things that got out, you said they were gods?
They said they were gods. Blighted, tyrannical, sadistic gods. It took all my power to imprison them millennia ago, but I am certain you will be fine.
That's really helpful. What are you, the elven god of sarcasm?
I mean, he might as well be.
Treachery and rebellion, depending upon the story. And how could I help? I do not have my ritual dagger. I cannot access my network of mirrors to travel from the Lighthouse to anywhere in the world. All I can offer is what I know.
Helpful advice from the elven god of, and I am quoting you here,
Lies, treachery, and rebellion.
Depending on the story. Elganan and Gillenade are your problem to solve. This is your responsibility now.
I may want to punch him in the face, but I do love Solus.
Why tear down the veil?
You want me to take the shot?
You have no idea what you have done. This is your responsibility now.
Well, look who's still with us.
Varric? you're okay. But I saw Solus stab you. You fell.
Trust me, kid. I've had worse. It'd take more than a flesh wound to stop me. Don't think I'll be making it out to the field anytime soon, though.
What happened?
I did my best to talk sense into Solus, but of course, he wasn't listening. He never does.
The plan did go a little wrong.
Yeah. Nev got everyone out, by the skin of her teeth mostly. And before you start worrying, Harding will be fine. She's made of sterner stuff than either one of us. Or, at least, she's a lot tougher than me.
I've led a rebellion. I don't think I'm too fussed about needing Varric's guidance. So I think it's kind of like a... Yeah, no, shit's got worse.
Varric, when we stopped the ritual, something else got out. Something even Solus is afraid of.
You've got this, Rook. World's not flooded with demons right now. Because you stopped Solus, not me.
Varric, even so, I need you to...
Rook, you've got this. I've seen your work. I remember your disagreement with senior watchers about how to handle that undead rebellion. There's a reason I dragged you into this whole Solus mess. You're clever, adaptable, and you don't know when to quit.
Rook? You're awake. Sorry, I didn't mean to barge in. I was just looking for elf fruit.
No, it's fine. I was just going to stretch my legs.
Oh, Rook. Watch your step out there. If you put a foot wrong, you'll fall forever. Yeah, on top of everything else, the Illuvian took us to the Fade. The place where dreams come from, so... that. Yeah.
Then I really need to look around.
Yeah, you should. And we should talk about things. Maybe find Nev. She's outside, looking around. There's a room with a table down the stairs. I'll meet you there.
Go ahead, Rook. Me, I need to sleep. See you later, kid.
And thus we begin with everything in disaster. Our attempt at stopping Solus ended even worse than we thought it would. With Varric bedridden and Harding injured, we decided to have a look around the Lighthouse, the area that we found ourselves in. Our character found himself wondering what secrets this place held and what he would discover and learn during his time here. Stairs down here? No, at least the Illuvian. Okay. Let's go have a nosy outside. The outside of the lighthouse and the Fade that it found itself in was far more beautiful and astounding than Rook ever could have imagined. It is beautiful.
Look who's with us.
We're really in the Fade.
Land of raw magic, nightmares, and this, apparently. It's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
Harding thought we should talk about what comes next.
She's not wrong. But if you need a breather, can't hurt to look around first.
Was it K? So having leveled up my character, it was finally time for me to start specking. It took me a while to figure out what it was exactly I wanted to do. The skills tree was sort of split into sort of 6 main components, with a 7th being just like the core rogue skills. 3 of them were more just what type of skills are you wanting to go for? You know, damage, protection. Are you wanting to spec more into bow work, for example? The other 3 options, though, were really where it got more important. These are where we specialise in a certain playstyle, and this is really where we've got to think about, what are we doing? Like, how are we going to play this game? So my options were Duelist, Saboteur, and Veil Ranger. Now, Duelist is more about getting into the thick of the fight, you know, you're there in the middle, you've got your daggers, you're stabbing everything. Then we had Saboteur, which is more sort of like your quintessential trapper rogue, you know, a lot of CC, really focusing on weakening enemies and controlling the battlefield. And finally we had Veil Ranger, which is, you know, pretty much what it says on the tin. It's more of a ranger type character. You're using your bow a lot more. You're not getting close to the enemies. And if you are getting close, you're probably playing it wrong. Now, I decided that I want to be a duelist, so I started heading in that direction. I went for the riposte trait, the downfall passive, and finally the ability Hurricane of Blades. After I finished speccing up my character, I continued looking around the lighthouse. It was relatively interesting. I found a room that was sort of like a fireplace and a dining table. It looked like to be a dining room with sort of like a servant's room or storage behind it. In there, I found some fabric, and back in the main room, I found myself a codex entry. A note on the caretaker.
Careful out here.
Wonder what we'll find out about that later. I then went outside, nearly fell off the edge of the world, and continued on my way, finding Nev's room.
Wisps.
Oh, hello,
Figures
Nev.
they're in the Fate, but I swear they're following me.
You alright?
Strange place you've fallen into, but I'll work with it. You know me.
Do I?
I know Varric wanted you for the job. You know the same about me. It's a start.
A bad start. Unless you always meet people when something's on fire.
Most of the time. It comes with the line of work.
Right. You take a lot of notes. What about?
Lately, what we know, or knew, before Solus changed the game.
And it's...
Not much. I'm sure Lace would hate to hear that, but one step at a time.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure this out. I'm sure of it.
Really? Do you know something I don't?
No, we just... Well, we have to, right?
Yeah, that's the job.
Anything in here? Nope. Okay, move it on.
After a conversation with Nev, we moved on and continued our exploration. Though it certainly could have gone smoother as we
Fucking hell.
then fell into the Fade.
I knew it was gonna happen eventually.
And this time we found ourselves at Harding's room, wondering how she was doing after everything that happened.
It wasn't supposed to go this way.
Oh, Harding.
What do we do now? What do we do?
She a struggle bug.
Harding,
Oh, hey, Rook. How's it going?
I should be asking you that. I got you hurt.
This is a dangerous job. Everyone knew that signing on. There's so much to do. We have to keep going.
Yeah, like you're
You
unstoppable.
don't slow down for much, do you?
You sound just like Varric. And I always said, well, someone's got to keep you on your toes, old man. So, that's what I'm here to do. That's what I have to do. We need to get back to the ritual site, don't we? Let's stop worrying about me and go do that. Come get me when you're ready to go.
Oh, Harding. You need to learn some self-care, my girl. And with that mildly heart-wrenching conversation, we continued and finished our exploration of the lighthouse. Having a look at the outside terrace and some statues, and finding a little bit more loot. We discovered that there was something going on with the statues, but it doesn't seem like that's something that we can solve at this time. Look at this place. We planned a rebellion here once. Said we'd change the future of the elves, throw off the tyrants. And we did. Now the path outside is fractured. It'll be hard rekindling all the Illuvians. Solus, if you see this, I'll be looking for you. Out in this world and in the mortal one. Don't cause too much trouble before I get there. Oh, Solus had friends who were looking out for him. No, I don't think I can do anything with this yet. Oh, there's some loot over there. I should get back over there. Okay, I'll grab my loot, and then we'll go and speak with Harding and Nev. And get this party started. Loot acquired. Whoa! Nearly fell off the tree trunk again. This is not a very, Xeronius friendly tree. Oh, I didn't mean to vault over the table.
So, we stopped the ritual.
And Varric paid the price.
Hey, Varric made his choice to go talk with Solus. He knew the risks. We all did.
And now Solus is gone. And we're here. Wherever here is. Besides in the Fade.
Solus called it the Lighthouse.
He did? When?
He was in my head.
In my head, Solus showed up while I was out cold to gripe about us breaking his ritual.
He's mad about us destroying his ritual?
Sounded like it. When the ritual went wrong, he ended up trapped in some kind of prison.
You're sure that wasn't just a dream? It's a reasonable reaction.
Solus can speak with people in their dreams. Even kill them.
I'm not in danger. He can only barely reach me. I bled a little when I got knocked out.
So Solus is using blood magic? Like any normal mage would to play with your mind?
But he's not a normal mage, like I told you. He's an elven god.
Putting together a nice ritual doesn't make him a god.
I don't care about the philosophy. In terms of his power against ours, he's a god.
Alright, well, we've stopped the ritual and there doesn't seem to be an immediate danger. For now. You're certain Solus can't use blood magic to affect your mind?
I'm not certain of anything. But we're not out of danger.
What do you mean?
Solus had 2 of the other elven gods imprisoned. When he got trapped, they escaped.
So those things we saw come out of the Fade when the ritual went wild, those are...
Elganan and Gillenane. 2 of the ancient elven gods that Solus rebelled against. Solus warned me about them being evil, which is pretty rich coming from the guy who just tried to tear down the veil.
You don't believe him?
No, that's the problem. I do believe him. He said they were horrific tyrants.
Tyrants so powerful, elven history remembers them as gods.
Solus says Elganan and Gillenane drew on the Blight for power and became corrupted. That was when he imprisoned them.
So instead of one god running around, we have 2. And they're not just powerful, they're blighted.
We need to get out there and stop them.
Just like that, without Varric. And you're still getting back on your feet.
I'm fine. We can't just sit here and do nothing.
We need to investigate. Figure out what we're dealing with before we rush in and make things worse.
And how many more people will get hurt, get killed, while we spend time investigating?
I mean, they've both got a point, but in this case, we do need more information before we can do anything.
If Elganon and Gillenane are worse than Solus, we can't go in blind. We need to know what they can do and what they want.
But we only have Solus's word about all of this.
And let's go investigate for ourselves. We find out what we're dealing with, and then we take our shot.
Fine. The Illuvian led us here instead of back to Minrathous.
Let's hope it goes back to the ritual site. Maybe we can find some clues at the scene of the crime.
Harding, you okay to go?
I'm not gonna sit back while elven gods destroy the world because I have a headache.
All right then. Let's get back to the ritual site.
The Illuvian has its own special room. It's just down the stairs.
Down the stairs we go. Down the stairs we go. Off to the Illuvian. Down the stairs we go. Heading down the stairs, we reached the Illuvian and finally got ourselves ready to face what had become of the ritual site. The game seems a lot more
For
stable.
all we know, there's a dozen demons waiting on the other side of that Illuvian.
If it even takes us back to Arlathan.
Harding, you sure you're up for this?
I'm fine.
Well then. Shall we?
Let's do this.
I feel bad that Harding is hurt, but also, like, the greater the danger, the more you want someone you know and trust at your back.
Quiet. Well, isn't that a surprise?
There's the ritual site. But if the gods really did get out, they're not here anymore.
Right, let's take a look around and see if we can find...
They should give them a hand.
Cut it down!
I'm trying! It's not working! I can't contain it! Strife? Irlin? It's me, Lace Harding.
Harding? What are you doing back in Arlathan?
It's complicated.
I can see that.
Rook, Nev, this is Strife and Irlin. Varric and I met them when we first started hunting down Solus. They're veil jumpers, experts in ancient elven magic.
Hardly experts. I should have been able to shut that artifact down. I'm sorry, Tarith.
It's not your fault. Since the sky ripped open, the magic's been surging. Bunch of artifacts that had been dormant for centuries started coming alive. This is because of Finn Harel's... Solus's ritual, isn't it? You all were supposed to stop him.
We did, sort of.
We did stop him. The sky's not pulling itself apart anymore, is it?
But
it didn't go as cleanly as we hoped. Solus got pulled into the Fade, and some things got pulled out. Or someone's, I mean. Two of the evil elven gods. Elganon and Gillenane.
Mathalanast.
the elven gods of old, the Evan Eurus.
if they truly have returned.
Then things just got a whole lot worse.
I was really hoping that the Dreadwolf was lying to us about all of this.
He's the god of lies. But some things are sacrosanct, even to him. He might be a bastard, but he's a damn sight better than the Evanuris.
There's a reason Solus led a rebellion against the Evanuris, and a reason he imprisoned them.
But now they've escaped.
Tareth is in bad shape. We need to get him back to the camp.
We've still got dozens of Veil Jumpers unaccounted for.
How can we help?
We need to find Belara Luther. She's the best there is at working with our ancient artifacts.
And also at blowing them up.
She was off looking for another artifact before this ritual shook everything loose. If anyone can get a handle on all this wild magic and the artifacts it's setting off, it'll be her.
Right. Then you two get your friend back to your camp and we'll find Belara.
Harding, I need you to stay with Strife and Irilyn, alright?
What? No, I'm coming with you.
You're a great shot, Harding. You can help the Veil Jumpers here. They need you.
Fine. Since they need me.
We'll meet you back at the Veil Jumper camp. It's just south of here.
Belara's out near some elven ruins to the west. At least she was 3 days ago. I'd start your search there.
Good luck, Rook. And thank you.
Waiting, waiting, we are waiting. It is so pretty.
Is it me? Or is there something strange about this fog?
I've never seen fog like this. Something's not right.
I mean, it's still kind of buggy.
So that suit of armor is moving.
Gotcha.
Huh.
Oh, people. Where'd you come from?
Belara? Belara Luther. Strife and Irilyn sent us to find you.
Who are you, exactly?
Call me Rook.
Nev Gallus.
Wait, I know that name! But protocol is to wait a full week before they send anyone out to look for me. I've only been gone 3 days.
Well, the situation's changed. For the worse, unfortunately. The elven gods Elganan and Gillenane have escaped from Fen'Harel's prison. And it seems like they want to destroy the world.
Oh, yes, that is very much for the worse.
Love Belara.
Okay, wait. I need a second.
It's a lot to take in.
It does sort of explain a few things, though.
Like what exactly?
The surge of raw magic in the area. These artifacts started waking up a while ago, but in fits and starts. One here, a couple there. Then, a couple of days ago, the sky split open. And now, raw magic. Thick as fog. Only a god, or gods, could have done that. There's something kind of exciting about it. And dangerous. Really dangerous. Dangerous enough that I was gonna head back to the Veil Jumper camp, but...
But what?
See that shimmer? That's a veil bubble. It's separating us from the rest of the real world, so to speak. You can only pass through it one way. Once you're in, you can't get out.
Well, that's no good.
I think I'd prefer to stay in one piece, yeah.
Right, me too. But I think I can find a way out. A bubble like that? There has to be something at the center that's generating it. Something powerful. If we can find it and remove it safely, I mean, the bubble itself should collapse.
And then we're back in reality?
I sure hope so.
Well then, Let's get going.
I've been trying
More
to get to
trees.
the artifact at the center of the bubble, but these magical constructs keep getting in the way.
A few dozen demons shouldn't be a problem.
Spirits, not demons. They're animating those suits of armor. The armor's attuned to the artifact to protect it from threats.
And I'm guessing it sees us as threats.
After finding the Veil Jumper Balara, we found ourselves stuck
just
in
two
some
ways of
sort
getting the
of
same thing.
veil bubble. And so we had to help her figure out the way out.
This
She
looks
seemed
like the
to know
correct way to go, so
how
I'm going
to
back.
escape. She just needed to get there. And therefore, we needed to help make a path.
Is that water just swirling into the air?
We call that kind the whirlpool. The anomaly, I mean. Never seen one this size, though.
Oh, I've got ladder.
Construct broke my leg. Veilguard took a blade to the gut. We can hear them above us on the bridge. Once they leave, we'll make a break for it. They can't wait for us forever, right? We explored the forest a little more. I found some more loot, and eventually ended up back the way I was supposed to go. I then turned on motion blur thinking it was going to fix the problems I was having, but it kind of just made them worse.
That may very well have just made things worse.
Let's deal with
That goes to you.
Yep, yeah, I think that just made that worse.
And this would be where I made my first big stream mistake. I forgot to move off the Be Right Back screen when I finished going through the settings and turning motion blur off, and I'm not gonna lie, I lost most of this quest. So we're just gonna skip right to the end, to the boss battle, and I guess you can use your imagination for what happened in between.
Oh, shit.
As if darkspawn demons and animated suits of armor aren't tricky enough.
Go on, what's tricky about it?
What do you mean by tricky exactly?
If I remove the artifact the way I'd usually do it, it'll explode and take out half of Arlathan with it. Good news is, I think I can shunt the energy somewhere else. Okay, here we go. The way the magic is pulsing, I've never seen this before. It's almost like it's breathing.
Ogre! That's an ogre!
It's about to be, I was an ogre. Oh, shit.
Well, it was a little bit dicey at the beginning, but I feel like I got my parries pretty well in there.
Well, wasn't expecting to fight an ogre today. Then again, I also didn't expect to learn that my gods are rampaging around and trying to end the world. Just one of those days.
I love Balara.
Okay. Let's see. Okay.
She brings me so much joy.
There we go. Ooh. No. That's good. I think. Oh.
What does that crystal do?
Keeps the artifact powered. Focuses the ambient magical energy. That's why these things still work, thousands of years later. Oh. No, you don't.
Brady.
Sulanan, Vir Sulevanan, and Asal Dirthara.
Well then.
I am the Nadas Dirthalan.
Right. I have questions.
I am the Nadas Dirthalan. What do you?
He need a bit repairing.
Where'd the spirit go? The Nadas Dithalan, I mean.
It went back into the crystal, but the crystal's broken. Until I fix it. It's kinda my thing, fixing magical stuff. Strife and Irulan will want to know about this. And the Blight, and the Darkspawn. Let me know when you're ready to head to the Veilgjumper camp.
Health potions. Oh, potions full. Okay. And thanks to that boss battle, it was time to level up again. So we continued specking up into like the top left-hand side of the tree with the passive Staggering Blade. Cool. Ooh, chest. That is significantly better than the bow she's currently using. Now, how do we leave? Oh, we speak to Balara.
Ready to go?
Right. Let's get moving.
Come on. I'll show you the way to the Veilgjumper camp.
I still cannot get over my prosthetic horn. I'm not gonna lie, man.
Wounded, 16 on bed rest, and some of our most experienced fighters are still missing.
We're running out of veil jumpers. Whatever's going on out there, it's scary.
Dun dun dun. No, they do seem to be struggling.
Jahel and Milva never reported back from Demeter's crossing.
There are 100 people living in that village, or near enough. You're back, and you're alive. Good.
Sounds like things have gotten a lot worse since we left.
Darkspawn. They're showing up all over Arlathan, attacking anyone in their path.
We've evacuated 3 daily settlements already.
We ran into Darkspawn too, near the Nodus Derthalan.
Wait, you found the Nodus Derthalan? The archive spirit? We could ask it about the gods. Figure out their next move.
Too bad it's broken.
If it weren't broken, maybe. But we're not getting anything out of it anytime soon.
Meanwhile, Veiljumpers are disappearing. Something out there took them.
I know. But maybe, if we find them...
We find the gods. Or at least some sign of where they might be.
But Arlethan Forest is huge. Where do we even begin to look for them?
Demetus Crossing.
What?
Irulan and Strife. When we came in, you said you'd lost contact with Demetus Crossing. We could go check it out. The 3 of us, I mean.
You mean 4? You're not leaving me behind.
You were just wounded. We can...
You'll have to tie me up to keep me here.
I don't know what you're going to find there, Rook. Likely nothing good. But you'd be saving people. And it might get you on the trail of the gods.
Demetus Crossing's on the far side of the lake. There's a small boat at the docks. It'll take you there. Watch your back out there. And good luck.
Quest complete in Entropy's grasp. With the team's help, Balara disabled the artifact and freed them from the Veil Bubble. She also uncovered an ancient repository of elven knowledge, the Nodus Derthalan. While Balara intends to unlock its secrets, she has joined the team as they search for the escaped elven gods. So with the prologue and the first main quest over, this is where we call it an end, and we'll return next week with the continuation of the story.